Hi, and welcome back. I'm Julia, and today I'm going to take you through a slow and cozy flow. So make sure that you have a block and a bolster with you. And if you don't own these at home, you can use books or roll up blankets. So you can become very creative with what you use as props. We're going to start today in a supported bridge pose. So go ahead and find your way to your spine. So lying down, and we're going to place the bolster just underneath the sacrum. And sacrum is this beautiful flat bone just above the tailbone. So this might require a little bit of wiggling, just settling in. Make sure your skull is nice and comfortably positioned. Eventually allowing the eyes to maybe close. Noticing if you're holding on to any unnecessary tension. Can you allow your legs to become a little bit heavier? Your palms to soften. The tip of your nose. And all the facial muscles. Allow these few moments in stillness become like an entering point or a gateway into your practice. And I want you to now start to observe your breath, how it enters and starts to move down to fill you up, and how the exhales moves back up and out. So every inhale comes in like a wave, moves down to your pelvis. And the exhales are these very organic releases. If you want to, then start to visualize your lungs, how they're filling and emptying, expanding and contracting. And also how the diaphragm is moving. In its own way, it's kind of halving or splitting the body, this in-between place, the lower body and upper body. And it moves with the breath. As you inhale, it moves down. And as you exhale, it moves back up. And just a few more rounds of breath here. Now for the last few moments here, if you want to go in to a little bit more expansive stretch, you can start to stretch out your legs long and maybe reach your arms up and slowly over the head. Use your exhale to softening into it. We're not going to stay here for too long, but if this is too much for your lower back, you can rebend the knees and place the foot soles back on the mat. Good. Still just listening to that inner wave, that internal ocean-like movement of the breath. If your legs are long, you can start to slowly rebend them. And this time we'll meet hugging the knees into the chest, and you can keep the bolster exactly where it is right now. So allowing your sacrum to rest. Do this very held and grounding position with the pelvis on the bolster. Allowing yourself to receive all the support from underneath. And then when you're ready, slowly allowing the feet to come back down. Very gently pressing to your tippy toes so that you can slowly bring the bolster out and away to the side. And take your time for a moment, either in stillness, bringing the feet a little bit wider and allowing your knees to gently fall into each other, or if you want some windshield wipers, you can move your knees side to side. And throughout this whole class, I want you to think of my guiding, more like suggestions. So if there's an urge to go somewhere else or to do something else, I want you to really follow that. So you learn to trust the body and to lean into its own wisdom. Next exhale, and start to roll over to your favorite side, either left or right. Make a pillow out of one arm and stay there. Reconfirming the connection to earth, to gravity underneath you. And then starting a slow transition back up towards the seat. And coming into a cross-legged position. I want you to slightly ground through your sitting bones and sit up here space so that you have space around you. If there's any tools in the way, you can move them to the side. Good. And then as you inhale, allow that expansive movement of the lungs to start to lift up the arms. And then as you exhale, softly sprinkle the left fingertips over to the left, reaching right arm up and over. And it's more like a gentle touch with the left fingertips down. So I'm not collapsing down, but it's more soft. Stay here for one more round of breath, really finding that right side. And then allow the inhale to move you back up for a moment. The inhale ripples into your arms. You find more growth. And as you exhale, softly right fingertips down, reaching left arm open over. Beautiful. We'll start to create a flow out of this. So every inhale, you start to lift back to center. You expand the arms up. And as you exhale, move into that side stretch. And I want you now to start to connect to your own breath. So you can move faster or slower than I do, but let it come from the breath. Every inhale visiting center, and every exhale bending over to one side. And just alternating between the sides. You can close down the eyes and stay with this pattern for a couple rounds of breaths. Just repeating. If you're using music that's beautiful, then you can really lean into that soundscape. And I want to do one more on each side. Think of the bend as a reach also. So you're not only bending, but you're also reaching to the side. The next time you come up to center, reach your arms up high and stay. Now as you exhale, bring your fingertips out behind you. The thumbs are facing in and the rest of the fingers are facing out. Slight micro bend to the elbows so that you can start to scoop your shoulder blades in. And then puff the heart up towards the ceiling for a moment. Hold this inhale. And exhale. One more round of breath here. And as you exhale, softly releasing palms forward and rolling over to your hands and knees. I want you to tuck the toes so you get that sensory in the, especially feet. If it's winter or colder where you're at, we're constantly wearing these shoes. We're wearing shoes and socks, and you really need to reconnect to the feet. So that tuck of the toes kind of give you a sensation there of stretching out the foot soles. Good. As you exhale, start to slowly bring the hips all the way back to the heels. We'll start to come into some spinal waves. So as you inhale, you start to press into the knees, you round yourself and the back of the heart back forward, hands and knees. And the exhale will wash you back to that child's pose with toes tucked. And again, continue with this pattern. Continue exploring what's there for you. Just a couple rounds. Eyes can close. Really following your own breath. Every inhale forward to head and knees, and every exhale you empty and you release back. Do one more full round on your own. Good. Stay with it still. Next time we come up to hand and knees, lift your knees off the floor and glide the hips slowly up and back. First downward dog. Maybe you want to walk out the dog. Maybe you want to take a chill in silence, I was about to say, but in stillness. So see what your body needs. Good. We'll go back to those spinal waves when you're ready. So as you inhale, you lift up the heels, you round forward, high planks. As you exhale, knees come down, you press your hips back and almost to that child's pose, but eventually you lift your hips back up and back. And two more like this. So inhale, you round yourself forward, high plank. Exhale, knees down. Press your hips back and glide slowly to downward dog. Last one, inhale rounding. Exhale, gliding slowly, knees down, and then rippling into downward dog. Now settle, close down the eyes, and just feel. Good. When you're ready, inhale, gaze forward, top of the mat. As you exhale, slowly step both feet to the very top. Inhaling, halfway lift, lengthening spine. And exhale, bow to forward fold. Again, inhaling, mixing and lengthening. Exhale, stand, start to root down, lift all the way up to standing. Allow the arms to just rest by your sides. Close down the eyes for a moment and feel. Feel that connection from the bones down to earth. And then when you're ready, you can open the eyes. Inhaling, reaching arms up towards sky. And as you exhale, bring the palms together and sink into a soft chair pose. So palms are in prayers and you sink your hips just a little bit lower. You don't have to go super low. Allow the abdomen to be a little bit softer here than normally in your chair pose. Hold here, one more inhale. As you exhale, you pour the weight to your left foot, lift the right heel. Hold here for a moment. And then find the balance to press down through your left leg to lift the right knee close to your chest. Take an inhale here. Now exhale. If you're wobbling, that's okay. It's just recalibration of everything. With your own exhale, we step the right foot all the way to the back of the mat into warrior foundation, so warrior one foundation. And now I want you to, for a moment, just check in with the back knee joint. You can move a few times back and forth here. And then eventually settle into softer warrior. Bring your mind's eye into the bone structure and see if you can adjust your pelvis so that you're more comfortable in this posture. Beautiful. Next inhale, stretch the left leg straight. As you exhale, start to lean your heart, your chest forward and sprinkle the fingertips down to the mat. If you need to, you can always heel toe the back foot a little bit in. Take a halfway inhale to lengthen. And exhale, bow, pyramid pose, forward fold. I'm just taking a moment here to sense and feel. 2 more slow breaths. Much can you soften into stillness. And if you are resisting something, can you be with that then? Good. Next inhale, start to rebend the left knee, lift the right heel off the mat and plant the hands down. Holding here for an inhale, press down into ground underneath you. As you exhale, step back. Downward dog. Beautiful. Inhale, find that ripple, that wave forward high plank. As you exhale, softly bring the knees down to the floor and glide back downward dog. Do this 2 more times. So get back into your own flow and follow your own breath. Using the knees to really help you glide the hips up and back. Yes. So 3 rounds, and then we meet again in downward dog. Good. Inhale softly, pressing to your left foot so that you can lift the right leg straight out behind you. Exhale, gaze forward and softly step right foot next to the right thumb. Now find your inner thighs again and maybe move a few times back and forth. Then when you're ready, you root down and start to lift up, high lunge. And then exhale will bring you back forward. So just a quick visit there. Fingertips forward down, lean to your right foot and step the left foot to the top of the mat. Again, inhaling, halfway lift and lengthen. And exhale, bow, forward fold. If you want to, you can grab hold of your elbows or allow your arm bows to be more soft like noodles. Just staying here, 2 more rounds of breath. See if you can let go of any expectations and just be with all that is there for you right now. And then again, when you inhale, lift halfway, lengthen, neutralizing the spine. As you exhale, bowing, forward fold. Keep press down in your own way this time, either rounding or with a straight back, all the way up to standing. Allow the palms to meet up and over your head. And as you exhale, bend knees, sink the hips. That soft chair pose, having buoyancy. Good. One more inhale here. As you exhale, pour the weight to your right foot, lift the left heel. And you root down, start to lift the left knee close to your chest. As you exhale, step the left foot all the way back. You land in that warrior one position. Hold for a moment and adjust yourself. Bring the mind's eye back into that bone structure and see if you need even to open up from the pelvis more. So sometimes when we're forcing our hips to be squared forward. I know that's a rule in yoga sometimes. We're told how to be in a position, and actually really can strain either ankle or back knee. So see if you need to open it up a little bit, and then you can just spiral the heart more forward. So let it be more easeful and make your body comfortable in it. So instead of trying to fit your body into a pose, you will adjust the pose and break it up a little bit. Next inhale, we start to press into the right heel, right leg grows long. As you exhale to that pyramid pose, allowing yourself to bow forward down. Fingertips more underneath the shoulders. You can even have blocks here. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale, forward fold and chill again. 3 breaths, eyes can close. Gaze turns inwards. If you need to adjust the back foot in or the ankle, do that. Trust the body. Last round of breath. The next inhale, when it comes, lift the back heel, rebend the right knee, plant the hands, step back, downward dog. Into those spinal weights, 3 of them or less if you need a break. So inhaling, following that wave forward, exhale, knees down, gliding the hips back, and then lifting the knees back up. Continue on your own. I want you to learn to trust that internal knowing of how to move. And this movement might go somewhere else. You might go to child's pose even. So listen to what you need. Downward dog eventually. And then inhale, pressing into your right foot, left leg lifts up. Exhale, step, left foot forward, top of the mat. Take a moment again just to ground down into your legs really firmly. And then eventually lifting up, Thai lunge. Inhale. With the exhale, we wash it back forward. So just a quick visit, fingertips slightly forward down, lean into your left leg and glide the right foot forward, top of the mat. Beautiful. Halfway lift again. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, chill, 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 chill. Allow your skull to become heavy. And just resting into it. Next exhale, release fingertips down, halfway lift, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow, forward fold. Either rounding or straight back all the way up to standing. Reach your arms high, palms together. Exhale, visit that buoyant chair pose. Press down into your left leg. Inhale, right knee comes with you slowly. Exhale, step it back. Warrior 1. Palms still together. Good. Take an inhale. Feel the bones. And exhale, arrive fully into it. Inhale, left leg moves straight. And exhale, permanent pose, bow it forward down. Halfway lift, inhale, expand in every direction. As you exhale, fold it back in. Feel how that inner and internal tangle is moving within you. It's like this glittery sensation. Flickers and tingles. Good. Now here I want you to take an inhale and lengthen halfway. You can heel toe the back foot in if you feel like you have lost the back foot a little bit. And grab hold of the block. And block can come either on second level or even highest level underneath the right hand. So here, bring your left hand, when you're ready, to the sacrum, to this beautiful flat bone just above your tailbone. And then start to slowly peel your left shoulder open. You can stay here or you can reach the left arm up towards sky. And today, even if you don't need a block, I want you to use it. It gives you a very different kind of feedback to the body of where you're at in space, how the spine is positioned. Maybe you can close down the eyes. Closing down the eyes gives us an opportunity to dive into this deeper knowing. It sensitizes also the sensations in the body. One more inhale here. And exhale, close it back down. Get rid of the block. Slowly rebend the left knee, lift the back heel. Exhale, step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, round roll forward, high plank. And exhale this time, let it back, child's pose. Keep on reaching arms forward, but bring the forehead down to the mat for a moment. Just resting there. Allowing the body-mind to recalibrate, to marinate a little bit in everything that you've been doing so far. And as you inhale, when you're ready, you can start to float slowly back forward onto hands and knees. Good. Exhale, pour your weight more to your left knee and allow the right leg to float out behind you. So stay in the tabletop. We're going for pigeon legs. You can walk your hands slightly forward away from yourself. You have a little bit more space in front of you. As you exhale, step the right knee down behind the right wrist and adjust your back knee accordingly. Now, today, again, use the props if you have them at home. Even if you wouldn't need them, just try it out. So you can have that block underneath the right hip and that nice bolster support underneath your chest. And then you could even stack your palms in a way so that you can bring your forehead down. So for me, I always go back to using the props as it brings me into a more felt sense of how it feels to not be at the fullest edge. It's a great practice to be with in between and to use and to learn to use support. It really reflects back to the outer world and how we, allow ourselves to ask for support from others also. Great practice. I want you to take 3 more breaths here. Learning to trust the support, both within to without. And then after your own 3rd round of breath, can start to slightly activating the legs in towards the midline and let that help you to lift slowly back out. Again, move the prop or props to the side just so they're there still. Hands underneath the shoulders and then go into some free movement to release. It can be into a 3-legged dog or back to your all fours just to wiggle it out. Any other movements to release. Just for a moment. Eventually, meeting me in downward dog, so catching up. We continue whenever you're ready. Now rooting down through your left leg to lift the right leg back up. And exhale, goes forward again, step the foot all the way to the top of the mat. When you have the connection to earth, you can find that flow up to visit high lunge. And as you exhale again, stepping it all the way to the front of the mat. So both feet meet. Halfway lifting, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow it back down. Inhale all the way up to standing, either rounding or straight back, no rush. Exhale that buoyant chair. Press down to your right leg. Inhale, left knee comes with you. Exhale, step it back. Warrior one, left foot meets ground. Adjust yourself first as you inhale. Find that expansion from the center into the bones. As you exhale, settle into this. Holding for a moment, feeling. Going a little bit more fast now through the flow. But I want you to stay connected to the breath. Next inhale, right leg will stretch out straight without locking the right knee. And as you exhale, current pose, fingertips underneath the shoulders. And again, if your stance is super wide, you can always step the back foot slightly in. We're very different in the bone structure. So different bodies need different variations or adjustments. Next, inhale, lift halfway and grab the block with you. Exhale, place the block on the highest or second level underneath your left hand. And ish left hand on your left shoulder. You start to peel your right shoulder more up towards sky. Feel your sacrum first and feel the connection from both of your feet up to your sacrum. From the sacrum down the legs into your feet. Then you can stay here or reach the right arm up towards sky. And exhale, stay. And if you can here, you can close down the eyes. Maybe notice the center here. And how with every inhale, there's this mini wave of movement that ripples out from the center. And every exhale, there's this tiny magnetization back to the center. Two more breaths. Make sure your neck is soft. And next exhale, both hands down, block to the side, rebend the front knee and step it back, downward dog. Inhale, round it forward, high plank. Exhale, glide it back, child's pose. Again, stay 3 breaths. Make sure that all of you is comfortable. Can rest your arms for a moment, even towards the back of the mat this time. Allowing the body to feel. Next inhale, glide your arms forward. As you exhale, press down and glide out to hands and knees. Find your knees, your hands. Pour the weight into your right knee, and as you inhale, flow the left knee straight back behind you. Just start to walk your hands a little bit away from yourself again, so you have more space between your hands and the right knee. As you exhale, go to the pigeon on the left side. So left knee comes forward, more down behind the left hand. Adjust the back knee slightly further back. And again, use the props. So block maybe underneath left hip. Or if it's a book, that's great. Or if it's a pillow, that's also great. And then something to give you feedback underneath your rib cage and your chest. And softening into it. You can move a little bit and wiggle around. And if you need to be even higher up, than I am right now, then you go there. So really prop yourself up for this one. And there is still this soft stretch somewhere that it's not 100%. It's like maybe 40% or 50. You can easily breathe here. You can easily feel that support of the breath. Dream around the breath here. Like if you're holding on to any tension in your face, your jaw, it's usually where I tend to get a little bit stuck. I want you to now follow the next expansion, the next inhale of the lungs to bring you back up with the spine, to place the props out to the side, still close to you so it's easy to get them. And then go into some free movement release, either to hands and knees or into that three-legged dog. And it doesn't have to be the same on every side. We usually get super stuck in being so perfect and even. Today, let's break that rule. Eventually starting to journey this free wiggle to downward dog. Adjusting yourself needed, but focusing more on that felt sensation. Rooting down to your right leg to float the left leg up towards sky. Inhale. Exhale, step forward, high lunge. Rooting down, lifting up the spine or bones. Inhale. And as you exhale, river it forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. And exhale now, bring your fingertips down, start to heel toe your feet out. We'll go in for a yogic squat. You can grab the block here, bring it underneath the sitting bones. You can have it on the lowest or second level, or you can have the bolster also there. So just so that you have an opportunity to really stay nice and supported in the body. Now you can choose if you bring your hands together or if you want to round the spine with the hands more wide. And you can try both and then decide. I'm going to stay up today. And again, I want you to look for that in-between place. So usually, or sometimes for me, the squat can be really uncomfortable, but this block support really gives you that nice place and space for you to just be. Take one more round of breath here. Inhale. And exhale softly. If your hands were up, lean forward. Bring the block to the side. And then sit down in your own beautiful way. Good. Now take your bolster with you so you have it close to you. And then start to slowly glide down to your back. We'll come into twists before anything, as in Shavasana, anything and everything. Okay, so from here, I want you to hug right knee into the chest. And then before we go there, so bring the right foot back down and we're going to the left with the right knee. I want you to first adjust the bolster so it's on your own left side. I have one of these super big and bulky thingies. And then when you have the bolster, the prop on the left side, you can re-bend the right knee, hug it into your chest. Allow the left leg to become straight and then simply twisting over to the left And I want you again to use that support, that nice felt sense of having something giving you feedback, allowing the right shoulder to anchor down, really resting into that support. Goes like this hug. To receive fully. Take one more other back here. And softly, when you're ready, starting to journey back up to center. Adjust your pelvis, your knees can both bend. And then softly bringing the support, your prop, the big, heavy bolster to the other side. Good. And then adjusting, bring the left knee close to the chest, right leg grows straight. Take an inhale, feel first, maybe move around. And eventually, when it calls to you, moving to that twist on the other side. Having that support there to catch you or to catch the left knee. Finding gravity. Finding Earth's connection. Last round of breath here. As you exhale, you can start to release, coming back to the midline and starting to set yourself up for Shavasana. Using any props if you want to, either underneath the knees or if you want more groundedness or grounding, you can have it on top of the pelvis, or you can skip also. Taking one deeper, slower inhale. As you exhale, just softly releasing everything. And softly allow the mind to arrive back to the space that you are in right now. Feel the surface underneath your body. And allow tiny ripples and flickers to start to come back into your lens. Bigger or tiny, so gently waking up every cell again, every inch of you. And if you have a bolster there, you can start to gently roll it out and away with the help of your feet. And then softly resting over to your side. And take your time to start to journey back up to be seated. If your hair is a big mess, it's a good sign. Once you have found your seat, allow yourself to either place the palms to your chest or gather the hands together. Palms together. And in silence, I want you to just simply thank yourself for showing up for you and for giving yourself this time for practice. Big to everyone who joined me for this practice. Thank you, and see you again soon.